All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to dive into something, well, you run into it all the time, maybe without even realizing it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's digital marketing.
It really is
I mean,
everything.
every time you're, on your phone,
Yeah,
checking email, just browsing online,
absolutely.
it's there.
It's all over.
So, to kind of break this down,
Yeah.
we've got some really, I think, kind of fundamental, almost like a cheat sheet level stuff
Yes.
for you guys listening to help you really grasp
Uh-huh.
what this world of, online promotion is all about,
Yes, definitely.
why it's so huge, and what the key pieces of it are.
For sure.
So, our goal today really is to give you guys a clear, insightful, and hopefully even a little bit entertaining understanding of digital marketing and how it works.
Yes.
So, let's just jump right in. What exactly is digital marketing?
So at its core, digital marketing is using online platforms to promote products or services.
Yeah.
And I think the key there is the online piece.
Yeah.
Right? That differentiates it from, let's say, traditional marketing,
Right.
where you might think about TV commercials, billboards, that sort of thing.
Right. It's taking those almost like taking the methods of getting a message out there to people and moving them from the physical world onto the internet.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So instead of, for example, seeing a coupon
Yeah.
in your mailbox, you might get a targeted ad on your Facebook feed.
Right. Or instead of hearing it on the radio, you might get an email
Yeah.
from a website that you visited.
Exactly. And I think some concrete examples that people will relate to, right? You see social media ads.
Yeah.
You probably see some in your feed that, feel a little creepy because they're so targeted.
Yeah.
You get those promotional emails that land in your inbox. Or even like you go on Google and you search for something. The websites that appear, all of that is digital marketing. Our source material has this great quote. If you see an ad on your phone, in your email, or on social media, that's digital marketing at work.
Okay, so we know what it is. Why has it become such a big deal?
So I think the first thing is just sheer scale. So the internet lets businesses, regardless of their size, connect with a potentially global audience. And often they can do this at a much lower cost than traditional marketing. Think about running a national TV campaign versus doing some very specific targeted ads on a social media platform.
Yeah, it seems like it kind of opens things up a lot more for smaller businesses too.
For sure. And beyond just cost and reach. One of the things about digital marketing is it allows this real-time engagement and personalization. So businesses can engage with their customers, respond to comments, answer questions, really build those relationships in a way that traditional marketing, which was much more one way, couldn't do.
You can also see what works.
You can. That's one of the biggest benefits. Track your results, see what's working. You can see how many people clicked on your ad, visited your website, made a purchase. And then you can use that data to improve your strategies.
Right.
You can target the people who are most likely to be interested. I think if you take a step back and you think about it, right, billions of people are using the internet every single day. So having a digital presence for a business isn't just a good idea anymore. It's really essential for their growth, for building that brand awareness, and ultimately for sales.
So we know it's important. What are the main components? Like, what are the things that make up this whole digital marketing world?
So you kind of think of it like a toolkit. You've got different tools in your toolkit, each one serving a purpose. One of the most fundamental tools that we'll start with is SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. Now, essentially, SEO is all about making sure that a website appears as high as possible in the search engine result pages, especially Google.
Right.
So when someone searches for something that your business offers, you want your website to be one of the first ones they see. You've got keywords, which are really the language that your ideal customer is using when they're trying to find something. If you can understand those keywords, optimize your website for them, you can make it so that your website pops up as the answer to their questions.
Right, because most people, like, you do a Google search, you don't really go past the first page or two.
Most people don't. Most people don't. And so it's all about that visibility right away.
Yeah.
Then another tool in your toolkit, social media marketing. Pretty self-explanatory. This is using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X to promote your products and services,
Yeah.
to share information, connect with your audience. Each platform has a different kind of vibe to it. So, think about who you're trying to reach and where they spend their time. I mean, you probably see this all the time, right? You're scrolling through Instagram, you see an interesting post from a brand, or you see a company share a helpful tip on X. That's social media marketing. It's about meeting your audience where they are.
And I guess the content, which brings us to content marketing, right?
Yes, content marketing. This is the strategy of creating and sharing valuable, relevant, consistent content. Things like blog posts, videos, infographics, helpful guides, even, podcasts like this one, to attract and retain a clearly defined audience.
Yeah.
Now, the goal of content marketing isn't always to directly sell something. It's about providing value, building trust, and over time, those things can lead to customers choosing your business. The most effective content, it doesn't just grab attention, it guides potential customers through their problems and then shows that your brand can offer solutions.
It's more about being helpful than it is about just being like, buy our stuff.
Yes, exactly. Then there's email marketing.
Yeah.
And this is really about sending those targeted messages directly to people who've already shown an interest. Maybe they signed up for your newsletter, they're on your email list, or they've opted in to receive special offers from you. It's a really direct line of communication with people who are already interested in what you have to say.
And I guess probably the one that people see the most or encounter the most would be paid advertising.
Yes, paid advertising. This is where you're running ads on platforms like Google, YouTube, social media. This allows businesses to very quickly reach a broader audience and target specific demographics, interests. It's a way to get that kind of immediate visibility as opposed to relying solely on those organic efforts like SEO, which take a bit more time.
Okay, so somebody's listening to all this. It's a lot.
Yeah.
How do they even begin to understand this, let alone try to use it themselves?
That's a great question. And, our source material has some really great tips for this. The first step, and I think it's the most important, is define your goals. What is it that you actually want to achieve with your marketing? Do you want more people to visit your website? Do you want to make more sales? Do you want to build a larger following on social media? You need to know what you want to achieve before you start.
So just figure out where you want to end up
Yeah.
before you start the journey.
Exactly. Once you know your goals, then you can choose the right channels. Not every platform is going to be right for every business or every goal. So you need to think about where your ideal audience spends their time online. Are they more on Instagram or are they more on LinkedIn? Do they search on Google or do they watch videos on YouTube? Think about that.
Go where the people already are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The next thing, and this is critical, is create high quality content.
Right.
Whether it's a blog post, a video, a social media update, whatever it is, it needs to be engaging, it needs to be informative or entertaining. It needs to be something that offers value to your audience. If it's not good, people are just going to scroll right past it.
Yeah.
Then you need to really understand the power of SEO and paid ads for boosting your visibility. SEO is a long-term strategy. It's focused on that natural organic growth. Paid advertising is a bit more immediate. You can get that impact a little bit faster. Often the most effective approach is to combine both. So, think about it like SEO, you're making sure that people can find your shop naturally as they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
Paid ads, you're putting a sign up on a busy street to get people's attention.
Right.
And finally, it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. You have to track and improve. Digital marketing is a constant process of learning and refining. You need to be looking at your results, seeing what's working well, what's not performing as expected.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to change your strategy based on what the data is telling you.
So you're basically always trying to make things better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always trying to improve. It's that constant evolution.
And our source material really hits on this idea of consistency.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent in your learning, consistent in your improvement.
Right.
Because the digital landscape, it changes all the time. So you've got to be willing to change with it.
So let's just take a minute to kind of recap here. We define what digital marketing is, right?
Yeah.
It's using these online platforms to promote products and services. We talked about why it's so important for businesses today.
Yes.
It's got that huge reach. You can target your audience. You can track results.
Uh-huh.
We went through the core components, which are SEO, social media marketing, content marketing, email marketing, and paid advertising.
Yeah.
And then for those of you listening who are like, how do I use this? We even went over some basic steps like setting clear goals.
Yeah.
Choosing the right channels, creating valuable content, using SEO and paid ads effectively, and always trying to improve your efforts.
Absolutely.
So, as you guys go about your day like you're scrolling through your phone.
Yes.
Checking your email.
Yeah.
Take a second. Think about the digital marketing stuff that you are running into.
Yeah.
Like, how do these things that we talked about today play a role in what you are seeing and experiencing online?
For sure.
And, what questions does this understanding bring up about the future of how, products and information reach us?
Yeah, it's really something to think about.
It's pretty fascinating stuff.
It really is.
So hopefully you enjoyed this deep dive with us, and we will see you on the next one.
See you then.